So welcome back to my shop, guys. So today I'm working in the workshop and I'm doing something I have to do often, more often I'd like. Drill holes in something round and line them up. And I thought, hey, you know, be a good time to share this little tip with some of y'all. So I'm gonna show you how to line the holes up on a length of pipe, tube, any kind of round stock, fairly accurately. This isn't machine shop accuracy, but this is good enough for your day-to-day work. And in addition, I'm going to show you how we want to do this. Line up some holes with these ones I just drilled all the way at the other end. So your holes aren't lined up. Dang. Drill bit wandered off on me, turned it a little bit when I was drilling. Ha. Not today, guys. I'm going to show you how to get around that. First, let's show you how you actually want to mark a center line down the length of a piece of pipe, tube, whatever. We're going to use, say, these couple pieces as an example. You need to have a couple things. One, if you pick yourself up some thin profile angle, and this stuff's available at any good hardware store, big box place like Home Depot, whatever. You can get a variety of sizes of this. I have cutoffs left over from jobs. You can get it in small to big, you know, it doesn't really matter as long as your angle is fairly fits on your pipe without rocking. So let's take this small piece, for example, piece of conduit here. If I want to drill a hole or a series of holes lined up down there and them all be not crooked to each other. Well, you can do it a couple of ways. One is if you have your angle, and this has to be, if it's not perfectly straight, it has to be, you know, flexible enough you can hold it to the pipe. And you basically line it on there and it won't rock. It'll give you a nice straight line. And you can draw your center line down your pipe without moving it. Like that. Okay, another alternate method is you can actually lay it alongside your item, and you have to have a flat surface for this. And then you just keep everything pressed down to your workbench or your flat surface, and again, you can draw right down there. And you can see if this was a really long piece of pipe, if I held this, clamped it, or had someone hold it to the table without it rolling, I could put it on this end of the pipe and then come all the way down to this end of the pipe and put it on as well, and they would be lined up. Okay, so that's one method. You know, you don't always have to use a piece of angle either. It could be, you know, anything that's flat, like this piece of bar stock. You can actually line it up like this. Okay. You can take a board that has a nice ripped edge on it that's flat, or at least will go flat to the table. And you can do the same thing. You can mark it here, there, down the whole length, whatever you need to do. And your lines will be lined up. Okay? So that's like part one of this here tip. It works on, you know, whatever, anything round. And if you have something that's really big, like 4-inch piece of pipe, you know, you can use a bigger angle, or you can use a thicker piece of wood, or stack a couple of pieces of woods. You know, as long as it's up, you know, so that your pipe isn't rolling around or twisting. All right, now let me show you how to line holes up as you actually drill them. You've marked your center line. Now it's time to drill the holes. You've already seen me drill the holes on the one end of the pipe, and I've spun this around, and I'm about to drill the 2 holes in the end of this here. It's actually conduit, and I want them to be in line with those ones. I mean, as very little error as I can achieve without using machine shop equipment. And I'm going to show you a quick technique for doing that. Okay, so this is sitting in my drill press vise. I'm going to say this is pretty critical to this process. You have to have this clamped down. And if your drill is level and your table's flat, you're in great shape. So we're going to walk down the other end of the pipe tube, and we're going to slide this down through the hole. These are 5/16 holes, so this is a piece of 5/16 all thread with a nut on it. The nut's not important, but you can put a clamp on it. So you see, you drop that in there, okay? And if for some reason you don't have a piece of all thread or something, you can take a piece of wood dowel that just fits through your hole without too much slop, and you know, put a clamp on the top to hold it. Or if you don't want to put a knot on, just put a clamp on there. And I like to get it more of it hanging down lower, but you want some sticking up. Now we go back to the other end. So from working down this end, it's loose in my vise, okay? I sight down this, and I get that threaded rod visually plumb. I suppose you could put a torpedo level on it if you wanted to. I don't really think that's necessary. You get this plumb, you clamp this in position, and you drill your hole. All right, it's that simple. Just if you're wondering, this doesn't only work for vertical, okay? You can turn this so that is horizontal, and you can drill a hole 90 degrees to the hole down there, or wherever you're indexing off of. Whatever you choose is your point. Right now that I'm eyeballing that, again, level, but you could put a torpedo level on it and try and be a little more precise, but I think my eye's pretty good for level. So you can rotate that till it's level, clamp it, now we have a hole 90 degrees from that hole down there, and actually from these ones I just drilled. Pretty simple, huh? I imagine, I've never had to do this yet, but if you have a way to index the angle that you want to rotate the pipe, if you have a digital protractor that you can, magnetic one, you can clamp on there, you could do it at any angle you wanted, and they'll be in relation to each other. So I hope you enjoyed this tip. Haven't had a whole lot of time to do some big build videos lately. Have a couple in the works. They just take forever to edit. So I'll be posting those as soon as I can. In the interim, I'm going to try and do some more shop tips as they pop up. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like it if you liked it. Subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have anything interesting to say or questions. Appreciate hearing from you.